The cold open. Most people think explaining themselves makes them look honest. It doesn't. It makes them look weak. Every unnecessary explanation you give sends a silent signal to the other person. I need your approval. And the moment you need approval, respect starts leaking away. Powerful people don't explain. They state. They decide. They move on. If you've ever noticed people interrupt you, doubt you, or slowly stop taking you seriously, this is one of the main reasons why. And once you see this pattern, you won't be able to unsee it. Section 2. Why the human brain punishes explanations. The human brain is not logical. It's hierarchical. We subconsciously rank people in seconds. Who leads? Who follows? Who needs permission? Who gives it? When you explain yourself without being asked, the brain interprets it as self-doubt, low internal authority, fear of rejection. Even if your explanation is correct, detailed, and polite, the act of explaining places you psychologically below the listener. This is why children explain. Subordinates explain. Defensive people explain. Leaders don't. They expect to be understood or question later if any. See. Section 3. The courtroom effect. The moment you explain yourself, you unknowingly step into a courtroom. You become the accused. The other person becomes the judge. Think about it. Let me explain why I did that. I only said that because. What I meant was. You are defending, not leading. And here's the brutal part. Once someone sees you defending yourself, they feel entitled to judge you more. Explaining doesn't end scrutiny. It invites it. The more you explain, the more holes people look for. Section 4. Why confidence looks like silence. Confidence is not loud. It's controlled. When a confident person is misunderstood, they don't panic. They don't rush to clarify. They don't emotionally correct the record. They pause. That pause does something powerful. It unsettles insecure people. It forces others to fill the silence. It reasserts dominance without aggression. Silence tells the brain, this person is not threatened by my opinion. And that is deeply intimidating. Section 5. The over explainer trap. Over-explainers believe they are being clear, helpful, responsible. In reality, they are broadcasting anxiety, self-doubt, a need to be liked. Over-explaining often comes from childhood conditioning. You had to justify yourself to be safe. You had to explain to avoid punishment. You learned that silence was dangerous. But adulthood runs on different rules. What protected you as a child weakens you as an adult. Section 6. Power dynamics you don't notice. Watch this closely in conversations. The person with less power explains more. The person with more power asks questions or stays silent. Managers don't explain decisions to interns. They announce them. High-status individuals don't clarify every misunderstanding. They allow others to adjust. If someone questions you aggressively and you rush to explain, you've already lost the frame. The frame should be, I don't need to convince you. Section 7. When explaining is actually weaponized it against you. Manipulators love people who explain themselves. Why? Because every explanation reveals emotional triggers, insecurities, justification patterns. Once someone knows why you act, they can control how you react. This is why skilled manipulators provoke explanations. Why did you do that? Don't you think that was wrong? Explain yourself. They're not curious. They're collecting leverage. Section 8. The correct use of explanations important. This is where most people misunderstand. The rule is not, never explain. The rule is, never explain unless you choose to. You explain when you hold authority, when the explanation benefits you, when it clarifies direction, not emotion. You do not explain to defend your worth, to soothe someone's insecurity, to regain approval. Explanation should be a tool, not a reflex. Section 9. How to stop explain. Practical shift. Start with these changes. Replace expla Nations with statements. Crossmark, I did this because. White heavy check mark, this is what I decided. Pause before responding. Silence resets power dynamics. Answer questions briefly. Short answers signal confidence. Let people misunderstand you. Those who matter will adjust. Those who don't matter. On 10. Identity lock-in. The moment you stop explaining yourself, something changes. People listen more carefully. They interrupt less. They treat your words as final, not negotiable. You don't become rude. You become unavailable for unnecessary judgment. And that's what respect actually is. If you want comfort, keep explaining. If you want power, stop. Ending CT. Subtle, authority-based. Awareness is not comfortable, but it is powerful. Subscribe. If you want to understand people, not please them,